Hello and welcome to Leeds Knights. I'm your host Cameron. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. We certainly got some fantastic results in there. But before we start the review of the Bees game, I just want to say thank you for all the subscribers that I do have, because now we can go live on my phone. You can do it on the laptop, but I don't really have a good working laptop. And that means I'm going to try and do an MK Lightning live review, so then you guys can interact while I do it. But I am a little bit nervous about doing this, so I'm going to give it a couple of weeks just to get my confidence up to do something like this, because it's quite a big step for me personally, as I do most of my stuff pre-recorded, as I feel more comfortable doing it that way. But I guess it does take me a bit out of my comfort bracket, which should help me be more confident. And secondly, I'm going to try and get an interview done. I don't know when that will be, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try, because I've got work commitments. And it's hard to get, even if it was like, for example, one of the players, they could be working, so then you've got to work it around each other's commitments, and it might not happen. But hopefully we can get something done along them lines, and I would love to do that. So once I get the software to do that, I'll be trying my best to get one of them out for you. It'd probably be towards the end of the season, so hopefully I can do that. Fingers crossed that works out. So anyway, we're going to get into this review. I haven't watched the game this weekend, so it isn't going to be much of a review, but I could give little bits. I could give you who scored, bits and bobs like that. But yeah, I didn't really watch the game this weekend. I was busy working, unfortunately. But that's just life. So we have had Brown scoring our first goals, and we had Cooper, Griffin and Barnes with the goals in our first game. And for the Bees, we had Kabai and Lindgren. And as I can tell, this was a game that I expected it to be. A lot of fighting, very scrappy, lots of penalties, given both ways. And a 5-2, coming out of a 5-2 result doesn't seem too bad in my eyes. Hayward had a fantastic game. I've heard all about the Hayward 4-point game that he had, and he was tough, physical, played brilliant hockey. And I think Hayward has been going under the radar because Cooper started so well and Brooks has. Hayward hasn't really... Well, he's been playing well, but because the other two have been playing excellent, he hasn't been getting a mention, which I think is a little bit unfair, because he's doing the hard grafts. He's making sure that they're getting the space, and he's hitting the other players into the boards, etc. And that Cooper's getting that space, and Brooks is to create the chances that we are getting. And he stepped up against the Bees, though, Hayward, because he was doing both. He was being physical, but getting the assists this time round. So it's lovely to see. I was very happy about that. And Barnes has been stepping up recently. Maybe he feels like he's under pressure to step up, and he certainly has done that in recent weeks. Like last week he got a goal, and now this weekend he got 3 goals. So he's certainly saying, right, I'm getting back into it, getting back into the swing of being in a very good Knights side. So not really much to say on the first game. I think it was a deserved win, 5-2. Says it on the score, really. I don't think the Bees really outplayed us. I just think they're like I said, they're a dirty little team in my eyes, but not in a bad way. Just they play a bit nasty, don't they? So then we go down to London and we play the Bees again. And this time it's a little bit closer. But it isn't really close in my eyes. It was one-sided pretty much until like the last period, in period 3, from what I've seen. So we had Brown, Barnes, Cooper brace, Barnes again for our goals. That's our 5 goals. And then for the Bees, we had Lindgren scoring again. A good little player, I think. He's got a goal in him. Walkham, Galazzi and Walkham again. I like the look of Walkham. A lot of people in the hockey community say he looks good every time he plays. A young player. Got a massive potential. Certainly, a bit like when Brown came. He's scored a lot of goals in a week's B-side, in my opinion. And again, you just have that scrappy affair, which not really much happens, but you're getting a lot of penalties given against you, or you're getting a lot of penalties given to them. It's just vice versa. There's penalties everywhere, because they will just want to fight you all the time. But it's not a problem, because if you can handle that, and you know you can defend, like our team can, with the likes of Hodgkinson, Bailey, Perry, Zajac, Hazeldine came back for the second game, which was, I reckon that's what got us over the line, Hazeldine coming back in that game, because we didn't have him for the first game. Second game he came back from the Nottingham Panthers and well into his first assist in Nottingham Panthers colours for the other day. Good on you, Archie. But yeah, I think that really did help him coming back into that side, especially going down to the Bees rink, which is never easy ask. And we were up a substantial amount at one point. I think it was 5-2 we were up, and then we sort of crumbled a little bit. But I wouldn't say we've crumbled this year. I'd say we were down 5-3, we concede, it's 5-4 going into the last 2 minutes, and you've got to defend. At the end of the day, if last season we'd have bottled that and we'd have gone for 5-5, 100%, I'm telling you now, last season under Dave Whistle, we'd have bottled that, and it'd been a 5-5 and probably lost it in overtime. I'm being real. But this year, no. We grinded out that result, and it was much needed. Like I say, against a team that likes to not play traditional way of hockey in my eyes, but that's fine. That's fine. Leave the Bees to it. But yeah, it was a great 2 results, which keeps us unbeaten. We're still top of the league with 12 points, haven't been beaten. Altogether, we've won 10 games in a row, and for any team, that's an amazing feeling. Like, not many teams can go on and win 10 games in a row unless you're a good side, a very good side. Lads should be very proud of that achievement, and I don't think anyone can take that away from them. So, that's the end of today's review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you can like and subscribe, that's much appreciated. And hopefully you can join me again on Let's Talk Knights.